Biden is back. The man who spent most of 2020 campaigning from his basement has been MIA from the White House briefing room. Biden has been in office for 41 days and still has not held a solo news conference. And his press secretary says she'll have to circle back on when that's going to happen.
Any update on his first press conference?
Not yet, but we will definitely have one. We will schedule it, and you will be the first to know because you're pivotal participants in that.
So, Dana, both President Trump and President Obama held a press conference within the first month of their new administrations. We knew that Biden would be less accessible to the press, but this is a lot. But I know you have a theory about when they will be holding their first press conference and why.
Hell hath no fury like a media denied access to the president. This could be the one thing that gets the media to really start to hammer the Biden administration on. But I think that they are impervious to the pressure at the White House. My theory is this, Katie, that you will not see Joe Biden do a press conference or answer many questions at all until he has signed the COVID relief bill, the $1.9 trillion bill. He wants to have a signing ceremony, and I would anticipate either that night in a primetime press conference or the next day is when they would try to have him go out there and do a press conference where he has what he considers some success under his belt. So that's my theory.
Juan, do you agree with the theory?
I do. I think that's real smart. I mean, from my perspective, that's strategic communication strategy. I'd like to see him hold a news conference just on general principle. I think he should. But I must say that this is an interesting contrast because the Trump administration did away with the daily press briefing. And now with Jen Psaki, we have a daily... Hang on, please. We now have a daily press briefing. The President Trump, by the way, rarely had a solo news conference, and Dana's referencing his treks out to the helicopter or something. That was his spin. That's not a news conference where reporters are free to ask and get specific answers to difficult questions.
Jesse, the president was talking to the press almost every single day, multiple times a day sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to address what Juan said, but Joe Biden didn't campaign, so I'm not surprised he's not governing. If you heard Dan Bongino, his sources at Secret Service, says Biden shot. It's the worst kept secret ever. The guy is not a highly functioning president at this point. He takes weekends off. He goes to bed early. He calls lids early. Barely made it down to Texas after the energy disaster. Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris is talking to heads of state. I mean, he's forgetting facts and figures and names, has a lot of trouble reading off a teleprompter. All he does is sign EOs, Katie, which they put in front of him, and he can barely explain. If you look at him compared to, I don't know, Donald Trump or Barack Obama at this point, he's way behind in terms of cabinet confirmations. Barack Obama had already signed the stimulus on February 17th. And he controlled the House and the Senate also. So Joe Biden's wasted a lot of time doing absolutely nothing. The only good thing he's done has been on COVID, and a lot of that's window dressing.
Sounds like slow Joe, Greg.
Well, talk about retreating from the world stage. I mean, what kind of message is this sending to our adversaries, not just our allies, but China? I mean, Trump, to what Jesse was saying, Trump was out there. He was transparent. He was in your face. He was in front of a helicopter, and he was answering every single question. He would never leave. But Joe's like the mother in Psycho. Maybe we'll see him at the end of the movie, and it turns out it's Kamala.
All right.